Hello, my girlies. So I'm making this little message before the episode starts because I just wanted to let you guys know that some of the information that you may hear in this episode is pretty late. And there's a reason for that. It is because I am uploading this episode like 2 weeks late. I filmed this episode like quite literally like 2 weeks ago, I think. And I barely decided to upload it, not because I was lazy, but because I was just like going through it. Like my mind just wasn't here. I wasn't mentally here. I've been struggling a lot lately. um and I'm not going to get into that in this episode, but I just wanted to make this little message to let you guys know, in case you're like, girl, why does this feel like old news? Just wanted to apologize. This episode is 2 weeks late. And I'm sorry that I haven't been really posting lately because I'm just not here mentally. So, I just wanted to say that really quickly. So, I'm gonna let you guys get to the episode. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And while you guys are enjoying your little episode, I am gonna go check on the frijoles because typical Mexican shit. We forget that there's beans on the stove. So, I'm gonna go, y'all. You have fun though, okay? Hello, my girlies, and welcome back to another episode of Help Me, I'm Scared. I'm your girl, Riley. Okay, I'm sorry for the background change, okay, because it's laundry day for me, for my bed sheets and my blankets and all that, so I was not able to film on my bed like I normally film. So y'all getting half of my bookshelf, and the other half is my closet. Which, spent a couple years on there, but now I'm glad to be out of there, and now I'm spending my years over here on my bookshelf. But yeah, I got my essentials that I kind of need right now. Okay, I have right here, I have water with strawberries. I was gonna get a boba, but at the same time, I was like, I feel like I've been having too much boba lately, so I kind of just wanted to, go back to my water, and I kind of went a little bit extra with her, and I put some strawberries. Also, yes, my cup is Hello Kitty X Chavo del Ocho, because you guys know that I am Mexican and I love Hello Kitty as well. So that is my cup right there. And then I also have my my Starbucks Glinda cup, which has my smoothie. So I have my drinks here. I don't have any of my stuffed animals because they're all on the floor over there. But, at least they're here. They're technically here in spirit with me. And yeah. So yeah. Set change just for this episode. Don't know if I'm going to like it enough to keep it. But because I like my set over there. Like, I like my podcast set, or quote unquote set, because it's literally just my bed. But I like it. It's not like a lot. Like, this is a lot, you know what I mean? Like, you're literally looking at like my closet stuff. Like, this is my stuff up here. Like, I'm not used to showing that. That right there is my sunscreen, and it is open. I left it open today, so I'm just not used to showing y'all this for that reason. My bookshelf, love her. I think she's a cutie. I work on her a lot because I just love changing shit up. Got this new mug. My cousin got this for me, so thank you, girly. If you can't read it from there, it says Hot Girl Book Club. So that is me. Okay, I am in the Hot Girl Book Club for sure. So yeah, I know it's a lot to look at right now. A lot of you are probably not even focusing on me. You're probably looking at like my backgrounds and all that, or you're looking at what Bath and Body perfumes I have back there. So that's kind of why I don't want to have like the most chaotic backgrounds anymore, because it's like, I love it, but at the same time, it's like, it's a lot to look at sometimes. I will be honest. That's kind of why, like, my other videos that you guys have probably seen lately, where I react to TikToks and things like that, my background's a little bit more plain, a little basic. I did debate on putting my bookshelf behind me, but at the same time, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like that, because yeah, it'll make a cute background for YouTube, but like, for the purpose of me wanting to reach over for a book, my chair, my desk, everything's gonna be in the way. It's gonna be too cluttered. I kind of just like, I don't want that shit. I don't want it. And yeah, I've talked about in my last 2 episodes how I have been kind of taking things out, taking shit out. That way it's not so packed in here. And I think I'm doing a good job on that, because I was always the type of person, and you can probably check, because I do have like older room tour videos from like previous years, which if you guys would like to see one now a little more updated, y'all can just let me know. Okay, I love filming those, so don't think that, you know, it's gonna be a bother or anything like that. But I just been like taking things out because I always had so many shelves, I always had so many things, and it's like I just like, it's like I love it, but at the same time it's like I don't fit in here anymore. Like I don't fit in this goddamn room anymore, because it's like I would have shelvings here, all around me. I would have shelvings that way, going this way. Every single wall, you couldn't see a wall. I never had like a plain wall, if you know, if that makes it any better or makes it any like easier to understand. Like I never had a plain wall. This wall right here, I mean, aside from it being the closet, but like it goes to a little bit of a wall over here before it reaches my door. It's not like chaotic, because it's like I don't have anything in front of the wall. But I do have like posters. Like I have my Meghan Trainor poster. I have pictures, calendar, just wall things, you know, just wall things right there. I just have that, and it's like I don't want anything in front of that wall anymore, because it's like it's already tight enough space having my bed right in the middle, and it's like I have to walk around everything, and it's like I kind of have to be squeezing through everything. So it's like I don't want that shit anymore. I don't want it. Older version of me used to love that shit, but now I don't want it. I don't want to do that anymore. So, you know, I kind of just did that. And yeah, I am taking out yet another piece of furniture. And it's a little black drawer. I don't think you guys ever saw it, because it's never really something that like I've shown. It's a little black drawer that I used to have some makeup stuff in there. And I don't have anywhere to put her. So I had her under my desk, and I hated it, because it's like my desk is an L shape, right? So it's like I can scoot my chair in anywhere I want, and I can turn to face like any direction I wanted. I couldn't with the drawer under there, because first of all, the drawer, like if the desk ends here, right, this is where the desk ends, the drawer ends out here. So it's like a piece of the drawer sticks out in front, and I didn't want that shit anymore. I was like, this is so uncomfortable. I can't even properly turn my chair, and it's just I'm over it. Like I'm just over cluttering, hoarding, and I'm just like, I need to work on this, because it's like it's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I want to be doing. So I'm taking it out. I'm looking this way because she's right here looking at me. So yeah, she's going out. She's going bye-bye. And so now I have one less thing to worry about. The only thing that does suck about me taking things out, like drawers and shelves and all that, is now I gotta figure out where to put all the shit that was in it. So, you know, like I kind of struggled, but at the same time I didn't, because it's like a lot of the shit that was in that drawer, I genuinely was like so over it that I literally threw some things out. They weren't important things, don't get me wrong. Like it's not like I threw away like, you know, packs of like makeup remover or like, you know, things like that, like things that I would use, you know. I didn't throw that out, but I did throw things that I'm like, why am I even putting this away? I'm never gonna use this. So I just threw that shit out, and now I gotta throw her out because I'm just getting over it. Honestly, I'm just letting y'all know I'm improving myself. Okay. I feel like I talk about this in every episode now. I need to probably stop, because I know you guys genuinely don't care. I know you guys don't care, but like for those of you who are interested, like, you know, I'm just giving you guys little updates, little deets. But yeah, as far as today was a pretty good day, I would say. It is like 2 p.m. already, so you know, I'm filming a little earlier than usual, because usually I would film by like 3-4, so I'm a little bit early. This morning I went to the dentist with my best friend. She had an appointment. I just went for moral support because I'm her best friend. Um, yeah, I went to the dentist with her. While she was in there, I was in the lobby just sitting there and I was watching. Hold on. We're going to talk about it because I need to, okay? But I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race because obviously, like, I'm catching up to this season. I'm 2 episodes behind, by the way, but I only watched what was it, episode 9. I only watched episode 9. I haven't seen episode 10 yet, so as of recording this right now, we're gonna talk about episode 9, but we're gonna talk about that later, okay? But I was sitting there watching RuPaul's Drag Race, waiting for her to come out, and then when she came out and stuff, we were gonna go to the gym afterwards, and thankfully her dentist is like legitimately like walking distance from my gym and stuff. So it's like, we were in the same parking lot basically. Like it's one giant parking lot and there's like all these like businesses and stuff. And so we went first to her dentist appointment, then on the way out we went to the gym. And then we did a little workout. We did our what is it called, stairmaster session together. I love the stairmaster because first of all, if you want good results, hit up that stairmaster, okay? I mean, I'm not saying I'm like already like snatched the way I want to look, but I see, like, I get it. Like I see why girlies like always be like getting it at the freaking stairmaster. Like it just works so good for literally everything that I wish to target. Like you want a snatched waist, you want a fat butt, hit up that stairmaster because it will give it to you, okay? It's just so good, and like you feel it, girl. Like you feel the burn. We didn't do it for that long. Me and my best friend, we were there for like 10 minutes, and then afterwards we went to go stretch, and then we did our own personal workouts. We did kind of do that whole thing where like we like swap on machines, where it's like I go on this one, you go on that one, and we'll switch after a few minutes. We did that whole thing. I will be honest, during one of those moments where we were kind of like switching and stuff, there was this, I will say there was this super attractive muscle mommy there. And it's moments like this that remind me that I also love girls, okay? Because like I obviously, if you guys don't know, I am pansexual. So obviously for me, it's not so much that like I look into people for like, gender or anything like that. Like it's always about the personality. But like I will be honest, like, and I'm sure like some pansexual people out there will be honest too, like sometimes we like to admire like hot looking people. Like I don't know who you are as a person. I don't know if you could be the sweetest person ever. You could be an asshole. But like from afar, I don't want to know that about you. I just want to admire you from afar and think, they cute, they hot, and that's what I do sometimes. It's like, it's not so much like, yeah, let me get to know this person, see if they want to like take me out or anything like that. It wasn't anything like that, I'll be honest for you. Like I didn't feel anything like that. Like it wasn't like attraction like that. It was just every now and then I happened to be at the gym and someone who looks really hot just catches my attention, and I just like something about like, I don't even know if that's the right term. That's just what I call it. I don't think that's a term, but like I call them muscle mommies because it's just like older looking women, with like, biceps, like ripped arms, you know what I mean? Like they just look so like buff and they look like they can beat the shit out of me. Okay. To me, that's a muscle mommy. And there was one close to us and I just kept like looking over at her. I was just like, oh, I was like, I'll let you do whatever you want with me, like I let a muscle mommy do whatever the fuck she wants with me, because like how can you compare something like this to a muscle mommy, you know what I mean? Honestly, I started embracing my love for women like that ever since I saw the movie Love Lies Bleeding. That was such a good movie in my opinion. The ending was kind of like, what the fuck, like it was one of those movies where you're just like, yo, who thought of that, you know? And if you've seen the movie, I think you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, right? I'll just put it to you this way. I mean, the movie's been it's been out for a while, so if you haven't seen it by now, like, that's kind of on you. But it's a scene where, like, she just becomes a giant, and I was like, the fuck? I was like, who? What? You know what I mean? I was just like, wow. But even in that form, I would still let her do whatever she wants with me. But anyways, yeah, so we were hitting it at the gym, you know, we were getting it, you know, getting our steps in, we were trying to grow these asses out. And I'm really excited, okay, because my girlie, right, shout out to my best friend Fatima, she ordered a stepper, those like ones you see on TikTok and all that, and I have a stepper, and so I'm so looking forward to the day when she gets hers, because we already decided we're gonna be having our own little FaceTime stepper sessions where we're just gonna be FaceTime each other on our steppers, and we're just gonna be just getting it, you know what I mean? And I'm like so looking forward to that, because it's like, I don't think you guys really understand. Me and my best friend, we're like quite literally like, we're kind of like comadres to each other, not in like the obvious literal way, but it's like, you know, because none of us have kids, you know, and we're not married, so obviously we can't be like legit comadres, but we just treat each other and act like we are, because it's like, first of all, I went to the dentist with her. I had no reason to be there. I just was there because, like, you know, I wanted to be there with her. I went to the dentist with her. Then we went to the gym together. We were obviously chismeando in the gym. Like, we were talking the chisme, you know, which if you don't know Spanish, or if you're not Mexican, that is gossiping. We were just gossiping, you know. And then afterwards, I had to go to the grocery store because I was going to make some bomb-ass mole. And I needed mole. So... you know, I needed to go to the grocery store. She needed to go to the grocery store. So we were like, you know, let's just go to the grocery store that's literally right here next door. So we did. We just decided, you know what? Let's not even drive over there. Let's just walk over there. And like, we kind of just like continued talking. And we just walked into this grocery store and we just like, you know, walked around, got what we needed. And it just felt so fun to me, because it's like, we're doing adult things, but we're with each other, and it's like, it's so much fun. Like, I love the fact that like our friendship has become this type of friendship where like she has an appointment and I'm going just to be with her. Like, I'm gonna go to your dentist appointment because I'm there, like, you know what I mean? And then like we go to the gym together. We also went on the massage chairs, which like I felt so good afterwards. I feel good right now. I hope she feels good. Because I know she wasn't feeling good afterwards, after the dentist, because she was all numb and shit. Probably not the best thing to do is go to the gym right after, you know, getting numb at the dentist. But I mean, at least it was like, you know, her mouth area, and it wasn't so much gonna affect like, you know, body wise. At least not that I know of. I should check in on her after this, make sure her body's okay. And then like we literally went to the grocery store, and like we were just like grocery shopping like for ourselves separately, but like we were together. Like, it was just so cute. It was fun. Like, I love it. Like, it's just like, it's really exciting to think like we have a best friend who can do this, who we can do this with, you know what I mean? Okay, so moving on. I wanted to tell you guys this story. I was supposed to talk about this last episode, and then I completely forgot. But I wanted to tell you guys a story of the time that a literal Dilf was coming on to me. Kind of coming on to me, right? So, let me just start by saying, right? So, basically what happened is, me and my dad were the only ones home, and my dad decided he wanted to have a yard sale, right? I really didn't participate in the yard sale. He just told me, like, you know, can you just help me, like, move the cars and all that? So I was like, yeah, like, fine. And so we were having a yard sale. And the first guy that came to our yard sale, he was looking for, like, video game, like, old consoles or, like, game discs, you know? Because he's one of those people that, like, you know, collects, like, old like retro video games, any type of video game console, and like they fix them and like sell them and things like that. So he's one of those. And I didn't know if we were gonna sell any video games, because I was like, I mean, I don't think we have anything that we would be like technically selling. But then I remembered, like, yeah, I do. I have some old like game stuff that like was just in a shed in the garage, and I was like, I mean, you know, give me your best offer, and like I'll see if I sell them to you, you know, because that was more so like me. That was my stuff. That wasn't necessarily my dad's things. So it was just like between me, like, do I want to sell him these things, you know? But I was willing to give them to him for like a good offer and all that, just because I was like, I mean, fuck it. Like, I wasn't planning on making money today, but like if I do, like, you know, that's great. And so he was just like very like appreciative. He was like appreciative of me like helping him out with this, because he claims that he does like competition and stuff like that. Like he has a lot of competition, especially like in the area where we live, because it's like there's not too many people who do this, you know what I mean? So especially in our area, like it's a little bit more harder for him to find like people just trying to get rid of like old consoles, old video games, like anything like that, controllers even. So it's like it's very hard for like him to like find these things. And at first he noticed that I kind of hesitated on being like, when he asked like if we have any video games or anything like that we're trying to get rid of, he kind of noticed I kind of hesitated. I was like, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I don't think we have anything to sell. So he didn't insist. Let me just make that clear. He didn't technically insist. He wasn't like, oh, come on, like I know you have some, like it wasn't anything like that, you know. He would have left if I would have just told him, like if I would have just like been like truthfully with him, being like, you know what, no, like we don't, you know, like I know he would have left, because he seemed like a really nice guy, you know. And he came with me towards like, you know, to look for in the shed and stuff, and like he saw that the shed was like full of a bunch of shit, you know, because like they are. And he was even willing to give me a hand if I needed one, and I was like, no, like I appreciate you, but like thank you, you know. And so in the shed we found some stuff, and I was like, I can sell you this. I was like, I mean, it's in the shed, so clearly I'm not gonna do anything with it, you know, so I can sell it to you for, you know, this price. And he gave me an offer, and I mean, I took it. And when he went to go give me cash and stuff like that, well, first of all, I didn't even tell you guys the first thing he said. He really liked my hair. So obviously my hair right now, I'm just like, you know, it's a ponytail, but like, you know, my money piece hairstyle when it's like down, and like my curls, and it's just so beautiful, you know. He really liked it. He even complimented it like twice that day. Like he was like, I really like your hair, like it looks really good on you. And mind you, this was before Lent started, so I wasn't giving up makeup yet. Like right now, like I'm not wearing makeup, but it's because I gave it up for 40 days, right? This was just me in the morning, so I kind of looked like this, just wearing PJs, you know. So this is exactly who I look like. He didn't know I was trans, so he kind of just thought like, and assumed that I'm just a boy who loves to be feminine, you know. He just thought I was a femboy, you know, basically. Which like that part kind of did, like I was like, you know, but at the same time, he just like, it kind of felt like backhanded compliments, because it's like, yeah, he was misgendering me, and like obviously I don't really like that. I don't like getting misgendered, but it's like the things he was meaning to say though, they were just so nice, so sweet. And I was like, thanks, you know, because he complimented my hair. And then when he went to go give me cash, he saw my nails, which, yes, the middle finger one did come off while I was cooking. So I gotta, you know, fix that later. But, you know, he complimented my nails. He was like, whoa, like, you got nice nails, you know, like, I love your nails, you know. And mind you, this guy was not at all a gay person. He was not gay, he was not queer, like didn't look it at all. Like he was very much so all about like his wife and his son, right? Like he was just like proud to be a loving husband and father type of guy, you know what I mean? So he was really into like my nails, he was into the hair, and I'll be honest, I'll be really honest with you guys. I think I caught him kind of like giving me like one of those like looking up and down type of things, you know? Because afterwards, when we had gone towards the garage to go look for more stuff, that I was like, I don't know if I should sell this, but I was like, if he gives me a good offer, like I'll sell it to him, you know? And so I did find more things, and I even told him, I was like, you know, what's the best thing you'll take? And like he told me like, I'll take them for this much if that's okay with you. He even asked if that's okay with you. He wasn't like, well, it, you know, it's got dents, it's kind of dusty, like, you know, I can't buy it off of you for more than this. Like it was very much so like, would you be okay with like this? And truthfully, I was like, I mean, I don't really care this much. I was like, I'm not someone who's like this deeply into like video games or anything like retro like that. I mean, I like the aesthetics of it, but it's like I don't use them, I don't do anything with them. Like I would literally just have them just for the idea of have them, but it's like if I'm not gonna do anything with them, like just get some money out of it, you know? And he was just so like, he was just telling me how much he appreciates me and like, you know, helping him with this, because he was just, this is when he came on about like, you know, how it's so hard for him and all that. And he was just like telling me like, you know, like I really do appreciate you like willing to like look through your things to see if you find anything. And like, you know, he was just basically thanking me for my time, the effort I went to looking for these things, and for genuinely just like, you know, giving him good prices and stuff like that. And so he gives me more money, and he like, again, I catch him kind of looking me up and down, and he re-compliments my hair once again. Like he really tells me, he's like, man, like at this point he was leaving, by the way. At this point he was leaving, and he kind of just like, he just told me again, he's like, man, like I just really love like the way your hair looks, like I just really love it. And at this point I was just kind of like feeling something down here, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know, what are you doing to me, you know? And again, I will say, yes, he was misgendering me, because he wasn't referring to me as a girl, but also on me, because I also didn't correct him and being like, actually, I identify as a girl, like I'm actually a woman. I didn't correct him on any of that either, because like I just didn't, you know? And I know that looks bad on me. I know the trans community is probably gonna listen to this and be like, girl, what the fuck are you doing, you know? But it's like, even my best friend asked me like, you didn't correct him? And I was like, I didn't. I was like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, because it's like, I know it's hard for people to just assume. Like, obviously, like, look at me right now, right? Like, look at me genuinely right now. A lot of people wouldn't probably think that I am a girl. So a lot of people obviously just assume like, well, that's a boy, you know? So I'm just not someone who like is like strict on like really telling people that I'm transgender. I think a part of it is because it's a little bit of fear that I have, that it's like, you know, like what if like him being all this nice and like, you know, cutesy with me, like what if that would have completely switched if I would have told him I'm trans, you know what I mean? Because let's not forget, there's people out there who support gay people, but they don't support the trans community. So it's like, I get a little scared correcting people. I think that's just a part of me. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I've always been the type of person that just like kind of just keeps quiet, you know? And it's just like, it was kind of hard for me to just like tell him the truth, you know? Because at the same time, it's like, I don't think I was ever gonna see this guy, you know what I mean? So I was like, I mean, okay, he thought I was a boy, like whatever, like I'm not really gonna see him anymore, you know? And so, you know, he was complimenting my hair once again, and then when he like kind of was like looking up and down, I mean, when I say looking up and down, I mean, by the way, I meant like he was kind of like, in a way, kind of like checking me out, you know? Like, I'm not trying to come off like as a pick me girl or anything like that, but it's like, I'm genuinely like, this is what I noticed, you know? Like, he was genuinely like looking at me, and like he like really admired like my nails, my hair, you know? And he made this comment where he was basically just trying to be like, hey, like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like, he's basically trying to say, like, like, hey, I'm not gay or anything. But like, that's kind of how he said it. He was kind of just like, I'm not, like, I don't swing that way type of thing. He's like, but if I were to though, he's like, you're very attractive. And I was just like, I was just so like, I was just like, I was feeling myself that day. I was like, ooh, I was like, did I low key just make a Dilf have a slight gay panic attack? I was proud of myself. And this right here is why, in a way, I felt like it wasn't wrong of me to not correct him on being trans, because I was like, well, he thinks I'm a guy who just looks this feminine. And I mean, he made it clear to me, he's like, I mean, I don't swing that way, but he did say, like, if I were to though, I'd be hitting you up, and it just felt amazing, you know what I mean? Like, it just, like, it's things like this that really just boost up my confidence, even just like just being a trans woman, because it's like, as it is, like, I struggle already because like not a lot of guys find me attractive, or at least they don't tell me, or like I don't really catch it. Like, usually whenever I catch guys looking at me, they usually look disgusted, they look like, like they kind of give me like stank face, type of shit. So it's like, I never feel attractive for men. Like, men don't really seem like they're attracted to me. I know I've had women tell me that I'm very attractive, and like women have kind of like, have told me things, but I've never been able to do that with like guys and stuff. And lately I've just been feeling so much more confident, because it's like I really have been working on myself. Like I said, I'm working on my body because I go to the gym. I like doing makeup. Obviously I'm not right now because it's, for Lent and stuff. But a part of it too is because I'm trying to embrace like my actual like, natural face. So it's like, I'm trying to get a little bit of confidence, that where it's like, if I happen to have not worn makeup today, like I'm okay, because it's like, well, I like the way I look, like I can be okay with being natural, obviously with my hair, it really did help me. Because it's like, I genuinely feel so much more attractive. Like, I feel like I've been working on myself for so long and putting in all this effort, and I'm feeling it now. Like, I'm feeling like the attractive babe that I'm meant to be, and I really cannot believe that I made a Dilf slightly feel gay for me, because that was just like one of the most beautiful moments of my life. Like, I'm just saying, and so, that happened. And oh, by the way, he did kind of leave me his number, not in that sense. Don't think that he was trying to slide into DMs or anything like that. He did leave me his number though, but it was more so just him being like, well, if you find any more games in your garage or whatever, like, just like call me and all that. And I was like, perfect, But yeah, I love being able to tell people like, yeah, he gave me his number and everything. Like, I just have it saved. So, it's just like a beautiful, funny kind of moment for me. Okay, y'all. So the last thing I want to talk about, you guys already know this. Y'all already know I need to talk about what happened in episode 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Because here's the thing, right? I talked about it in my last episode. That's literally what the episode was about. I don't know why, I just have a problem with Corey King. Like, Corey King to me just like gets on my nerves, irritates me. I just can't stand this bitch sometimes, and I know that a lot of the drag queens kind of have felt that way because of the comments they make about her and all that. So it's like, I'm not the only one who wants this bitch out, and I'm sure for those of you who have been watching the show, you probably know the whole thing going on between her and Lydia Butthole Collins, right? Or Butthole for short. So they be joking all the time, saying like, this is my girlie, this is my girlfriend, like wifey, type of shit, but it's like, that's just like, that's what we do, And then the way the episode ended, whole shit. Like, first of all, yes, Corey King was up for elimination again. I was a little excited about that because I was like, oh my god, like, quit giving me this anxiety. Like, if she's gonna be out, get her out. Like, you know, like, I'm just like, oh my god, like, as long as my queen doesn't get out, and again, I'm not gonna say who it is because I don't want to jinx it, but I was just so happy that she was up for elimination again. That sounds so mean, but like, I genuinely was. But also, she was up for elimination with Butthole, with her girl. I was like, no fucking way. Like, this is content right here. Like, this is literally the best of the best drama. Like, oh my god, like, I almost was like laughing because I was like, no fucking way these two are up against each other for last. I was like, oh, I was like, yo, I can't believe it. But then bitch, the way they ended their lip sync performance, they literally, like, they did it, guys. Not sex. That's not what I meant. Like, they didn't have sex, but they made out. They kissed hard too. Like, damn, you know. I literally dropped everything I was doing and I was just watching my phone and I was like, oh my god, like, I just gagged so much. I was like, no way that just happened. No way that just happened. They did it. Like, literally, this is what all of us have been wanting to see, is them just like do something other than the fact that, like, y'all just say that, like, that's your girlfriend. Like, prove it, bitch. And they did. It was so beautiful. At first it was funny, then it was beautiful, and then, actually no, it was sad at first because it's like these two girls who say they like each other, they were up against each other, so that was kind of sad. Then it was beautiful, and then it was funny for me because Corey King did get eliminated. So I'm just like, bye, you know, like, I'm just so grateful in a way that she's not gonna be in it anymore, because I'm just like, I just really just couldn't stand her most of the time. And for me, like, I just get so much anxiety whenever she'd be on, because I'm like, whenever, like, you know, when like when they're all on the stage and like when RuPaul chooses certain queens who are safe, those get taken out, and then it's like the remaining queens who are here, they have to get critiqued, and then they'll like decide like who's gonna be safe and who's gonna be up for elimination. I always got anxiety when my queen and when Corey were both up for, like, not elimination, but like when they were technically like not safe, when they would have to get critiqued. That would give me a little bit of anxiety, because I'm like, I refuse to watch my queen possibly be up for elimination with Corey King and then Corey King win. I was not about to let that happen. So I'm just glad that it's over. I mean, the season's not over. The season's still very much going. And like I said, I think we're on like episode 10 right now. So I'm behind like 2 episodes, but that was episode 9 that I just talked about, and I need to watch episode 10 because I want to catch up, obviously. So I'm going to do that probably after this episode. But yeah, that is all I wanted to say about RuPaul's Drag Race, because it's like the only thing that really like stood out for me, is like, I needed to talk about this. I literally called Fatima like after I saw that, and I was like, girl, you're not gonna believe this. I was like, girl, I need to explain this to you because I know you don't understand what's going on. Like, oh my god, like, all the emotions, sadness to cute to funny, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy in a way, but it is sad to think that, like, you know, like, you had to go up against like your girl, and like, you know, one of you's gonna get eliminated. Like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. Like, I just, it must be so hard, you know? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Help Me, I'm Scared. Okay. If you guys did, then please make sure to leave it a like and make sure to subscribe. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, I'm sorry that my Spotify episodes keep coming out late. Trust me, it's not an issue with the system or anything like that. It's just I forget to upload them on Spotify. So I'm really bad at being a podcaster. Okay, so for those of you watching on YouTube, you know, thank you as always. My podcast has been doing really good on YouTube, so like I really want to thank all of you guys so much for that. Like, you guys really do mean a lot to me with this, because it's like I put this effort and this work out, and it's like I'm glad like people are really seeing it. So thank you guys once again for that. And also, I was gonna tag my socials, but I'm not on social media right now. So you know, I'm taking a break from social medias, which is like a good thing. And so yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm just chilling here. If you guys would like to keep up with me though, I mean, the best thing I could tell you is quite literally subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that's where I'm still doing work. So, you know, I'm still more active on here than I am on anything like Instagram or TikTok or anything like that. So yeah, I will see y'all next time. Bye.